Amidst antechambers and apartments, what is striking is the two gallery of beauties, one of Max Emanuel and the other dedicated to...
Olá pessoal, sejam bem-vindos a mais um vídeo desse canal. Nós somos cidadãos de terceiro mundo e nesse canal nós reagimos e aprendemos sobre o primeiro mundo. Nesse vídeo nós vamos estar reagindo aos melhores lugares para visitar em Munique, na Alemanha.
Portanto, aproveite a oportunidade e considere se inscrever no nosso canal, clicar no gostei, compartilhar este vídeo e fazer mais sugestões nos comentários. E agora, vamos para a reação.
The capital of German Bavaria, Munich is a lively city with a modern and forward-thinking attitude combined with a historic appearance. It is known for its splendid architecture, especially the charming old town that has been reconstructed to appear almost exactly as it did at the end of the 19th century. Munich is a fun-loving city known for its seasonal festivals and rich cultural calendar. So along with visiting the beautiful churches and outstanding museums and palaces, you should spend some time enjoying life with the locals at a festival or a colorful market. Munich residents also enjoy their many public parks and gardens, in particular, the lovely 900-acre English Garden. There's no need to lose tons of time planning your trip, though. We've created this awesome video of the best places to visit in Munich to help you out. Your travel planning will be a breeze, and you won't need to miss any of the hotspots in Munich, even if time is limited. 1. Marienplatz and the News Rathaus, located in the Old Town. One of the oldest neighborhoods in Munich, Marienplatz was a market in the late 1150s. The whole Old Town area is a historical monument on the Bavarian Historical Monument List. While lots of the historic buildings were destroyed during World War II, the area has been rebuilt in keeping with its former appearance. Fairytale-like buildings line the medieval-style streets, and it is home to many of the most famous places in Munich. The appearance is very different to many other cities around Germany, and visitors can spend several hours simply wandering around and admiring the pretty sights. Marienplatz is definitely an old town highlight. Stand at Marienplatz and marvel at the stunning and impressive new city hall.
Wow.
The Munich must-see is a neo-Gothic treasure, and you can take the elevator up the tower for splendid city views. Don't miss watching the delightful Glockenspiel in action with its charming dancing and jousting figures. See the old town hall at the other side of the elegant square and gaze up at the Mariensaal column, dedicated to the Virgin Mary. 2. Nymphenburg Palace, the summer home of the royal Wittelsbach family. This Baroque palace is not to be missed while exploring the Bavarian city. With lavishly decorated interiors and sumptuous period rooms, this palace, though regarded as not the best form of Baroque architecture, is yet quite impressive. As you explore the ground floor and first floor of interiors of the palace, amidst antechambers and apartments, what is striking is the two gallery of beauties, one of Max Emanuel and the other dedicated to Ludwig. One of the portraits here is of Irish Lola Montes. Ludwig's alliance with her triggered the Revolution of 1848. The second floor is closed for the public since the Duke of Bavaria still resides here. It is said that the ideal time to visit the Nymphenburg Palace is during the summer months, when the garden is in full bloom and vivid hues. Be sure to be devoting almost an entire day in exploring the several attractions in the palace complex.
Uau! Uau! É lugar muito bonito, é fascinante as construções e é um lugar muito bem cuidado. A gente consegue ver a preocupação em manter uma estrutura bem organizada, mas esse verde, esse gramado com essas árvores, essa floresta, tudo é muito bonito e tudo cria uma harmonia impressionante. É
verdade, e a gente já reagiu a um vídeo sobre o inverno na Alemanha. E a gente viu Munique, tinha muita neve em Munique. E aquilo era lindo, sim. Mas olha aqui também como é tão lindo, porque é outra estação. Que lugar incrível, porque é um lugar que você pode aproveitar todas as estações. Eu acho isso fascinante, como a Europa tem essa riqueza, né? Riqueza de paisagens, riqueza de estações. Realmente é uma coisa incrível, muito bonito.
Você fez uma observação interessante. A gente reagiu aqui a um vídeo de Munique numa tempestade de neve, né? Ali realmente aconteceu uma situação climática muito forte e nem parece o mesmo lugar.
Sim.
Or just spending leisure time in the park. 3. Victualienmarkt. Munich's best outdoor market is bustling Victualienmarkt in the heart of the city's old town. Over 200 years
Wow.
old, it's one of the must-see sites in Munich, popular with locals and tourists alike. There are around
adoro esses
140
lugares
beautiful
públicos.
stalls
Todos
and
os
shops
lugares
selling
estão
everything from
super
flowers and
cheios.
plants, fruits and veg, meat and Bavarian delicacies. Even the city's chefs fill their baskets with ingredients here. It's also a great place to stop for a coffee, bite to
Wow.
eat, or a beer, as it has its own beer garden that can seat 600. You're never too far from a beer garden in Munich. The market is open Monday to Saturday from around 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. When the market grew too big in Marienplatz, King Maximilian I moved the market in 1807. It has expanded and grown over the centuries and is Munich's favorite shopping and gathering place.
Que lugares
4.
incríveis
The
pra
Olympic
passear.
Park. While many former Olympic venues around the world tend to be forgotten, Munich's 1972 Olympic Park is still a popular day out. The park is a massive activity center
Tem
where you
tanto
can ride a
verde
zip line
lá.
over the iconic stadium,
Caramba!
take part in water sports on the lake, and ski on the hill in winter. There are also fairground amusements in summer, and no lack of places to grab a snack or meal. The park has also witnessed some historic events, one
Wow.
grim, like the Munich massacre of 11 Israeli team members in 1972. And you can still visit Building 31, where the Israeli team was staying. On a lighter note, the Olympic Stadium was also the scene of one of the most memorable World Cup finals in 1974, when Germany came from behind to defeat Netherlands by 2-1.
Oh.
5. St. Peter's Church. Munich has some of the most beautiful churches in Europe.
Wow.
And one of the favorites is St. Peter's Church right by the side of Marienplatz. St. Peter's Church is a Catholic church located in Munich city center.
Ooh.
St. Peter's Church was started in the 12th century and is the city's oldest church. It was rebuilt and renovated several times following the fire of 1368 and the Second World War, which is why you will now
Wow.
see
Wow.
a Gothic structure complete with a Baroque high altar and some beautiful ceiling frescoes in the Rococo style. The Romanesque style church hosts services several times each day, and it's well worth attending one to admire the interior of the building. St. Peter's has a tall tower that you can climb up to get some stunning views of the city.
Uau, essas construções de templos religiosos antigos realmente é uma coisa, é uma estrutura fascinante, porque o interior dessas edificações e construções, não apenas o interior, mas a parte exterior também, ela é formada por um grande trabalho muito detalhado que a gente vê esse trabalho independente do estilo, seja barroco ou seja gótico, independente de qualquer coisa, a gente consegue ver que é um trabalho artístico impressionante. Veja o interior, que incrível, é muito, muito bonito.
É verdade, e eu amo como eles não deixam essas coisas acabarem, né? Eles simplesmente continuam mantendo essas arquiteturas e eu sei que isso deve dar muito trabalho, mas é muito, muito, muito lindo para se admirar. É incrível.
Locals fondly refer to this 300 steps tower as Alter Peter, and it is one of Munich's most remarkable landmarks. 6. Frauenkirch. Not far from the centrally located Marienplatz, in Munich's old town, stands Frauenkirch. Its onion-domed twin towers dominate the skyline, as no other building in the central city is as tall. This late Gothic brick structure has even wider acclaim, since by way of a
Wow.
referendum, Munchners voted to restrict
Olha os
all new
detalhes,
buildings to a height
incrível.
lesser than that of the Twin Towers
Wow.
for all buildings in the city's Middle Ring Road. This church also suffered heavy destruction during the Second World War and was restored over the years. An intriguing feature in this church is the Teufelsstritt, or Devil's Footprint, which is a large imprint of a foot with lures attached to it. Best told by the locals, the cathedral houses a black marble tomb, the resting place of Emperor Ludwig of Bavaria, amidst other treasures. You can climb up to the observation platform of the South Tower for a magnificent view of the city. 7.
Wow.
Michaelskirch, or St. Michael's Church, the largest Renaissance church north of the Alps. St. Michael's
Olha,
was
parece
completed in
mentira o lugar.
1597 with a high barrel vaulted roof in the nave. Usually Renaissance churches have towers, but you won't find one at Michaelskirch or St. Michael's Church. During its construction, the tower fell. Patron Duke Wilhelm V took it as an act of God that the church was too small, and so he ordered the church be made bigger. And with barrel vaulting that today rivals St. Peter's Basilica in Rome, the church is free to tour. But you'll have to pay a small fee to view the crypt, where the patron duke, King Ludwig II, and others from the royal family are buried. The church is
Wow.
open daily, except during services. 8. Theodon Church. At Odeonplatz you will be greeted by the splendid yellow facade of the 17th century Theodon Church. This monument was designed by Italian architects in the Baroque style and took cues from Rome's Sant'Andrea della Valle. Give yourself time to marvel at the painted facade, rich with niches, reliefs,
Paisagem
Doric columns,
maravilhosa.
and
É
Ionic
incrível, é uma
pilasters.
cidade
It's all the
incrível.
product of a holy vow given by Henriette Adelaide of Savoy. If she could give birth to a crown prince for the Elector Ferdinand Maria, through the doors. Keep an eye out for the altar with images of the evangelist from 1722, the black wooden pulpit dating to 1688, and the crypt, resting place of several members of the Whittlespot family. 9. Hellebrunn Zoo. Spread across 89 acres, Hellebrunn Zoo is consistently ranked among the best zoos in Europe. Laid out in 1911, it was the first zoo in the world to have animals grouped according to where they came from. Today, more than 19,000 animals from 757 species are held in open enclosures meant to replicate the conditions of the wild, with animals that normally share habitats kept together wherever possible. Popular features include the elephant house, the enormous 5,000 square meter free flight aviary, the polarium, and ape houses, located adjacent to the Isar River in a designated conservation area. The zoo has many delightful footpaths, playgrounds, and picnic spots. 10.
Wow.
Odeonsplatz. If you're planning to spend any time in the Altstadt, then you'll want to visit the Odeonsplatz. This central plaza is a major landmark in the city, and it is packed with interesting and historically significant attractions. Both Ludwigstrasse and Briennerstrasse, two major thoroughfares through Munich, begin at the Odeonsplatz. The plaza is also home to the Theodoner Kirche, a beautiful Italian Baroque church, and the
Imagino
Field
que deve
Marshal's
ser
Hall, also
maravilhoso
known as the
passear por
Feldherrn.
aí.
The highlight of the Odeonsplatz is the residence, a palace that is now open to the public and home to a collection of royal jewels, crowns, and family portraits.
Que incrível.
Uau! Essa última imagem, esse último local que esse vídeo mostrou, eu acredito que seja um dos locais mais famosos de Munique. Eu só tô falando isso porque, se eu não estou enganado, em algum desses vídeos que a gente reagiu, a gente viu esse local, ou pelo menos um local semelhante. Mas Munique é um lugar sensacional, repleto de cultura, repleto de lugares incríveis. E é muito interessante porque a gente tem muitas construções religiosas antigas, mas também tem um local público ali que você pode sentar para tomar um café, comer alguma coisa, comprar coisas ali. Uau, incrível!
Sim, sem dúvidas, é um lugar muito, muito bonito e me impressionou a quantidade de coisas que tem para fazer. Parece que tem programa para todos os públicos. Qualquer tipo de programa que você quiser, o Munique vai oferecer. E é fascinante porque é uma cidade realmente muito bonita, então você vai aproveitar as coisas com a paisagem uma mais linda que a outra.
Sem dúvida, isso é impressionante.
Sim, mas essa foi a reação desse vídeo, então se você gostou, por favor, aproveita também para se inscrever, ative as notificações e faça mais sugestões aqui embaixo nos comentários.
Muito obrigado por ter assistido esse vídeo e a gente se vê na próxima reação.
Tchau!